Hey guys, Righteous Rama here doing a quick live. Whenever I say quick live, it's probably not going to be quick at all. But I wanted to do a video on, as you can tell the topic, common sense or prophecy. How to know whether or not you should put more weight on a prophetic word from a minister that comes to your church, or a minister that maybe inboxes you on Facebook, or maybe you feel God gave you a prophetic word yourself, or a dream or something. So this video is going to ask the question, how do I know it's God? Should I rely more on common sense or should I rely more on prophecy? So sometimes I think, if you're like me, coming from the Pentecostal, charismatic, Protestant background, Protestant is irrelevant, but the charismatic Pentecostal background, sometimes you can be a little confused as to whether or not you should listen to signs, confirmation, direction from a spiritual sense, or should you just look at common sense sometimes? The Bible does say that the heart is deceitful above all things. I mean, who can know it? Who can know what's influencing your decision? It could be a crush. It could be anger. It could be some unresolved issues from childhood. It could be your subconscious that's wounded from those childhood wounds. It could be, something you saw on television, the media, your roommate, your college roommates influencing you. And so sometimes it's hard to know, is this God's will for me? Is this just something I'm doing on my own? And so sometimes when it comes to those hard decisions, it can be kind of tricky because you don't know what role is being played between, God or just simply just your flesh. So I want to do a video on common sense or prophecy. What should carry more weight in the mind and the body and the actions of the believer? Should it be common sense or should it be prophecy? So sometimes, you all, common sense should have more weight than some of the prophetic words that we've been receiving. Sometimes we want God to tell us in this supernatural, divine way of just, doom, don't marry him, or doom, move to this city, or boom, quit this job, or boom, quit this church. Sometimes we want God to do stuff like that for us, but sometimes, what God does is he gives you good old-fashioned common sense. It ain't no supernatural sense. It's a common sense that even the unbelievers don't have to have. You just got to have good old common sense, y'all. And I'm learning more and more to appreciate common sense. You see, you can get a prophetic word and it can be wrong. But common sense ain't really wrong. Common sense is just common. Common sense means everyone with common sense knows that's what you should do. You also want to make sure that we understand that sometimes, we just have to go with what we know. Because prophecy can be deceptive. When it comes to dating, if a man gives you a black eye, right? A black eye, you shouldn't have to need a whole lot of direction about what to do with this young man. Well, I was driving down the street and someone's license plate had the same last name as him. It's a sign I should be with him. It's a sign you should be with him, but what about the sign that says you should not be with him? The sign of the black eye, the sign of the STDs, these are signs that you should be with this person. You say, Lord, should I leave